Imagine waking up and the most dangerous thing in your city isn't traffic. It's a 9-ton predator with a bad temper and a taste for anything smaller than a bus. For 66 million years, one rock decided who got to run this planet. But what if it missed? What if the dinosaurs never died and we had to grow up in their shadow? This is the story of a world where humans were never the apex predator. Here's what actually happened. Around 66 million years ago, an asteroid roughly 10 kilometers wide slammed into what's now Mexico. The impact threw so much debris into the sky that the sun went dark for years. Plants died, then the things that ate plants died, then the things that ate them. 3/4 of all life on Earth was wiped out, and the great winners of that catastrophe were small, furry, and forgettable mammals. With the giants gone, our ancestors crawled out of their burrows and inherited an empty world. No competition. No predators the size of a house. Every human who has ever lived owes their existence to that single, perfectly aimed rock. But rocks miss all the time. So let's move it. In our timeline, the asteroid struck at a shallow, devastating angle. Nudge its path by less than 1%, and it grazes the atmosphere, lighting up the sky like a second sun, and sails harmlessly back into space. No impact winter, no mass extinction. The dinosaurs wake up the next morning to a perfectly ordinary day, and they just keep going. The first thing that changes is the thing that never happens, us. Not yet. Mammals stay exactly where they were, small, nocturnal, hiding. For tens of millions of extra years, the dinosaurs keep evolving. Some get smarter, many get faster. The raptors, already among the brainiest animals of their age, keep sharpening into pack hunters with problem-solving brains. Mammals don't get their big break, so they specialize instead. Better night vision, better hearing, better at staying out of the way. Our primate ancestors still eventually climb into the trees, but millions of years later than they did in our world, and far more cautiously. Because down on the ground, the rules never changed. The ground belongs to the giants, and anything that wants to walk upright in the open had better have a very good reason and a very fast exit. Now fast forward to the moment a primate finally stands up and looks around. In our world, early humans spread across open grassland. The savanna made us walkers, then runners, then hunters. But in this timeline, the open plains are a killing field, patrolled by predators that have had 66 million extra years to get good at their job. So our ancestors don't conquer the grasslands. They cling to the edges, cliffs, dense forest, swamps the big theropods can't easily enter. Fire isn't just for cooking here. Fire is the only thing standing between a tribe and the dark. Every human settlement begins as a fortress, not against other humans, against everything else. But here's what humans are actually best at. We don't need to be the strongest thing in the valley, we just need to be the cleverest. We can't outrun a raptor, so we build walls it can't climb. We can't fight a thing the size of a truck, so we dig pits, set traps, and learn its hunting patterns better than it knows them itself. And slowly, carefully, we do the one thing no other animal ever managed with a dinosaur. We tame the smaller ones. Forget horses. In this world, armies ride feathered raptors into battle. Farmers herd duck-billed dinosaurs the way we herd cattle. The first empires aren't measured by their cavalry, but by how many tons of domesticated dinosaur they can put on a battlefield. So picture the world this builds. Cities are vertical, tall, walled, and watchful, because the ground floor was never safe. Borders aren't drawn along rivers, they're drawn along the migration routes of the great predators. Religion looks different too. When something genuinely God-sized can step over your wall, your oldest myths aren't about the sky, they're about the things in the dark with teeth. Technology races ahead in some places and stalls in others, depending entirely on which monsters the locals had to survive. Humanity still spreads across the whole planet. We're stubborn like that, but we never, ever forget that we were guests here long before we were rulers, if we ever became rulers at all. In our timeline, the dinosaurs lost their world in a single afternoon and handed it to us by accident. In this one, they kept it, and we spent our entire history learning to live in the cracks of theirs. Maybe we'd be sharper for it, maybe humbler, or maybe we'd have spent so long just surviving the neighbors that we'd never have had the time or the safety to look up at the stars and wonder what else was out there. Funny how much we owe to one rock that didn't miss.